Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode. Happy Saturday. Thank you guys for being here. We're going to have a very fun show tonight. We got a lot to talk about. We left off on a bunch of stuff from last show with William again. How are you, my friend? Thank you for being here tonight.
Hello. Thanks for having me, Mr. Real Collector, Fabio.
It said Mr. Real Collector. So, like I said, guys, we have a lot to talk about tonight. Like I said, there's that whole Wolverine thing is a huge deal for the entire collecting community, at least the 1/6 scale collecting community. So that's going to be a big topic tonight. Like I said, we're going to catch up on a bunch of stuff that we left off from the last stream. There was a bunch of things that came up. So we had the what was it, the Tokyo Comic-Con that we went over. We may go over that again because there were so many pictures from that show. Also, Mike's going to be on later on, so he, I want his opinion and his take on all that stuff that was going on. But let's see who's in here real quickly. We got 15 of you guys already. Thank you guys for being here. Your favorite show on Saturday nights and Tuesday nights. The best show this side of the Mississippi. Tell him, William. Tell him.
I don't know where everyone else is geographically located, so I am not sure if this statement is. That's always a fun show, and
he's like, I don't want to be wrong. Oh man! All right, let's see who's in here with us tonight, real quickly. All right, let's see. We got Uncarded in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here.
This is my boy. This is my boy. This is my boy.
Oh my God. We have, let's see who else. We got Mr. Mom in the house. Be positive. Yeah, guys, please be positive like HIV on this stream. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you. William was like, what did he just say?
Bob's is like, the HIV test is the only test I ever passed. Positive.
It's a plus, guys. It's a plus.
How can a plus be bad?
Plus is plus. Plus is more.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
You got man. The super HIV.
The super HIV. Lane, welcome. Lane says, always try to be. He said, always try to be positive. Thank you for being here, my friend.
Did you have a little bit to drink the way that you felt some of those words?
He's having his what do you call it? His passion fruit White Claw. That's delicious. That's my favorite one too.
I've never had a White Claw.
Oh my God. Passion fruit and pineapple. Woo! Amazing. Not that I'm like I'm a White Claw guy, but that's I know when you said that I was like, wait a minute here. I know where you were going with that, but no, that's not my drink of choice, but I've had them.
I just don't drink very often anymore.
Yeah, no, I mean I haven't in probably 6 months, something like that. Like I didn't drink the whole summer. It makes me sick now. Like I get like one drink gives me a headache, makes me dizzy, and I'm like, nah, I'm good.
It's because you're old.
My liver's like, no thanks.
You're only like a year older than me, so.
Babo, wait, Babo.
This is my boy. This is my boy. This is my boy.
Bob says, what up, nerd? This guy. It's so be positive, Bob. Oh man. So what up, nerd? Smash that like on the way. And yes, guys, please don't forget to hit that like button. There's 21 of you guys in here. Thank you guys for being here. Please don't forget to hit that like button. Remember, we got to get these numbers up to show these other channels who the king really is. William's like, I'm not saying nut. William didn't even want to be geographically wrong.
Right now, you and I are on different sides of the Mississippi.
Exactly. I know. That's why I said that too. Yeah. You're like on the other side of the world. We have Carlos in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. How are you?
This is my boy. This is my boy. This is my boy.
All right. We got Joker Jay in the house. Welcome, my friend.
This is my boy. This is my boy. This is my boy.
I just read what you wrote on your name. Hold on. Where did it go? That's some random guy. I was like, what? I just saw the knot and I was like, what did he just put on there? Let's see. Joker Jay says, good evening, entry level. He said entry level collectors. This guy. It's like, good evening, Hono collector. It's like, how do you pronounce that? Hono or Honu? Or because I know that it's got that little.
Yeah, it's got a couple little symbols over the two vowels.
It's got a couple little code symbols. We got Nefty in the house. How are you, my friend? Thank you for being here. Welcome.
This is my boy. This is my boy. This is my boy.
It's like, all right, enough.
Well, since this is the most popular stream, ever, maybe you have some native Japanese speakers in here.
Yeah, I know.
Phonetically sound it out for us, and
yeah, somebody privately voice me the proper pronunciation of Hono. Honu.
I'm gonna steal that from 1/6 Junkie. What he just put.
What's 6 Junkie? What did you put?
You'll see.
Druga. These guys say Drugas. What the hell? Lahana in the look at this guy. Oh my god, this guy hasn't been around and you know how long? Unbelievable.
This is my boy. This is my boy. This is my boy.
Oh my god. What were you saying? What were you saying about Japan?
I already told you.
Oh, I didn't hear. I thought
I said if you had a native speaker in there that they can let you know how to actually say it, but then 1/6 Junkie.
Oh, that's right. That's what I meant. What did you say about 1/6 Junkie?
Well, look at my name now.
Hold on. No better.
In from the beginning, day one.
I'm in our veteran too, by the way. So I'm double. And I'm a Hono veteran too, so I'm triple.
The day one crowd.
Oh man, I know. We're all Hono veterans. Unbelievable. That's what you said to me when I said I'm an inner veteran. He said we all are. He said we're all veterans. Oh man. We have, let's see who else. We got James Nichols. How are you, my friend? Thank you for being here tonight. We got the door in the house. The door.
This is my boy. This is my boy. This is my boy.
That laugh. Pablo, my friend, welcome. He says, just got my Grand Inquisitor today. Fab, are you getting? Absolutely. I'm just waiting to do it like William does, like William and Lucho. $120, brand new sealed. So yeah, no, I am getting him. I'm just waiting for to get him cheaper. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. At least I'd hope. There's nothing exclusive. There's nothing special edition about him. So I'm in no rush for him. Obviously, I need him. I have everything else coming. So it's not that that I don't want him. Is just like I said, at this point, and I just ordered another thing. I don't know if you know, or you guys in general. I just ordered the suit version Wenwu, and obviously that Amazing Spider-Man. So I'd rather get those, before the ones that I know are going to sell out by any means. So that's like the game I'm playing now. I'm doing the exclusives first, and then whatever I get later on, I'll get later on. Because if I know it's going to be available, there's no need for me to, start rushing for these pieces. If again, I know that eventually I could get them, whether it's cheaper or whether it's in a trade or something. I'll get them. I'm definitely getting all of them.
Was pretty super limited, wasn't it? Like
which one?
Wenwu, wasn't that even lower than some of the other exclusives?
Well, so correct. So that Wenwu, the suit version, the exclusive version, was very. I don't know exactly how many numbers, but it was very, very small amount of numbers. And the thing was that they figured that it wasn't gonna, it's literally the same exact figure with a suit on, and it's not even an actual suit. It's like a halfway suit, with like a little scrunchy
Well, it's the 80s. He has it rolled
Correct,
up like
correct,
Miami Vice style.
correct. But that's how Hot Toys made it. You know, they made it with like a little, it looks like a scrunchie. So because of that, you know, it's a very, very, very basic figure. There's literally nothing to it. There's no effects. There's no ring effects. There's nothing. You get the rings, you get the case, and I think you get a base, and that's it. You know what I mean? You don't get anything for that figure. That figure was 400 and change. Well, yeah, like 450, 460, something like that. So so that's my game now. I'm looking for or at least I'm going for the exclusive, you know, these quick ones that Hot Toys is pumping out left and right. And then, like I said, all those mainstream ones are going to, I'm going to get later on. We got pause. No. He said no. He said no. Mad Planet, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here tonight. Happy Saturday. Lucho in the house. What up? And that you will. And that you will. Nice. Real Mexican of you. Unreal. Chris, my friend, welcome. How are you?
This is my boy. This is my boy. This is my boy.
Chris in the house. William could pass for Bradley Cooper's brother.
Is this your way of saying all white people look alike?
Oh my God. This is what Joker J meant. Oh man. Let's see who else is in here. Will is my boy. Here, this is from Luis to William.
This is my boy. This is my boy. This is my boy.
Luis has been a loyal customer from Will's Flea Market.
Will's Flea Market. Oh man, no wonder you guys are close friends. You both shop at $50 when they're 15 years old. Well, no, actually, you get them sooner. Luis waits till the figure is 16 years old for $50, and then he body swaps it. The true veteran. Nefty says, "Fabs, give me a McGregor." Oh, he wanted a McGregor.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
That's tonight's mood. Imagine. Oh man. Stop looking for trouble, William. We got Derek in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Good evening. Thank you for being here. Happy Saturday, my friend.
This is my boy. This is my boy. This is my boy.
We have, let's see. Oh, we got a lot of you guys. Thank you guys for being here. This is awesome. It's going to be lit tonight. We got a lot of drama. Don't go anywhere, guys. We're going to talk a lot of smack tonight.
It never happens on your channel.
It never. Yeah, no, I don't like
nothing
that.
but positivity, guys.
Yeah, nothing but positive HIV going around in the channel. Imagine positive HIV. We got, let's see, Brad Koski in the house. How are you, my friend? Happy Saturday. Thank you for being here. Let's see who else. You need some bourbon. I'm good. I don't mind. You know what I used to like a lot? Soko and lime shots. Oh my God. That was amazing. Those things went down like water. It was the best thing in the world. And then I got a fatty liver. So we have he says inner rules. Oh man. Yeah. That is a true statement, so I'm going to give you a high five. Oh man. Daniel, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Happy Saturday. Thank you for being here. Says I have a hat just like that. It says in art. I have a t-shirt that says in art, and I bet you don't. Oh man, the hono this guy. Oh, that's what you stole? Unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal. Fazio, did you say hono? He said, did you say homo or hono? Eddie, how are you? Oh, that is true. That is very true. Oh no, that sounds very, very possible because it's true. They don't pronounce the H. Look at you, Eddie, with the multilingualness. Thank you for being here and teaching us something. William has been all over the world. He didn't even know how to pronounce it properly. Unbelievable. Oh man, this guy.
I haven't been to Fun Asia. I've been to Poopy Asia.
Dude, but which part?
The Middle East. That's still
that's
Asia.
I thought you meant like another like part of Asia. Like
Yeah, the Middle East is Southwest Asia. And
yeah, no, but I thought you meant like the actual like.
No, that would be Fun Asia.
Fun Asia. Oh man, how much is that entry level figure to C5 entry? It's $160 plus tax and shipping comes out to $188 from whoever whose price was that on 2 days ago?
It's Sideshow, but shipping for some people is less because it's based off of the distance. Because mine was 181.
Okay, so there you go. So we saw one for 180. I saw one for 188 on that stream, and you said yours was 181.
Yeah, but my balance is like 70 because it was thank you code eligible.
Wow.
And the rewards. So why not?
No, that's awesome. And that's gonna be the best. Getting those, $100 and something figures like with those discount codes. Oh, people are gonna love that. You're gonna have I'm gonna retire soon because everybody's gonna beat me now. Imagine. Uncarded reviews. Can't wait for we're gonna get into that, guys. Alana Cody.
That's my daughter. Be nice.
What is each of your guys' favorite figures? What is your favorite figure?
Oh, I would say it's my DX15 Jack Sparrow. I've always loved that figure.
Is that the first one or the second one?
The second DX
with the shark head coming out.
The shark base, but I got rid of the shark base and I actually got the wheel from the DX5.
Oh, you did.
And so I have the DX5 accessories with my Jack. And
how did you get rid of that base? What do you mean?
I
sold it?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was heavy and big, and it was like, I'm never going to use this base, and I'm not getting rid of Jack. So,
wow. Why didn't you just keep it in the box? Oh, you don't keep boxes, right?
Oh, no, I have a whole room behind me full of nothing but boxes.
So why did you keep it in the box?
Because I didn't want
it. I just
flea market swap.
See? Unbelievable. Oh, that is true. You do sell your stuff. I see. I forget.
Now look at all the stuff on the ground behind me. That's all for sale.
Guys, zoom in. Actually, hold on. I got to zoom you in. What do you got there? Tell them.
Well, there's the sealed Batman WB100.
He can't get rid of it.
There's actually a guy who's going to pick it up next week or the week after, whenever he's coming down from Denver.
Oh, awesome. All right.
But there's just a bunch of random like Darth Vader parts and stuff because I got too many parts when I was building my Vader. And because mine is a mix mash of some A New Hope pieces, some Empire Strikes Back pieces.
Oh, that's good. So what do you say? What's in the back there? That's what you were saying?
Yeah, that's back there.
But I see an IG-11 though.
Oh, that's an IG-12.
Oh, that's the one you made. I remember.
That's my custom Hasbro.
I remember. They announced that he had it the next day.
All these people were like looking at my pictures with my DTOF, and they were like, "How do you have that?"
Right away, the next day, he was the only one who had it.
Well, it's just like my Vader with the open face mask showing Hayden Christensen's face. That was up on one of the groups on Facebook, and somebody was like losing their shit. They're like, I've had this pre-ordered for 7 months. How do you have it? Blah, blah. It's like, I guess they just don't want you to have it. It's, I don't know.
That's so funny. But no, Alana, my favorite figure, let's see. I'm going to have to say, like right off the bat, my favorite figure, I think of all time, I mean, I have a bunch. I have a bunch of favorite ones, right? I could tell you like 5 right off the bat. But if I had to pick something, it would have to be my Davy Jones figure, because that figure, I don't know if you've ever seen it in hand, the texture, the detail, the accessories. I don't know if you know, but he has the tentacles that move. He has a key in one of them. Like you put the key, like the craziest thing. So that figure, and then the long tentacle finger that wraps around the cane. The figure is beautiful. So that is my favorite figure. If I had to pick one, like right off the bat.
Yeah, I haven't.
Thank you for being here, Alana. What'd you say?
I haven't had the pleasure yet of seeing Davy Jones because you're being selfish and not sharing.
Actually, see, this is what happens when people lie. So remember when Roberto came and he did the little tour with his phone?
Yeah.
He literally pointed at Davy Jones like this. He zoomed into it with his camera. So if you paid attention in the group, instead of being the save everybody else's group, instead of saving my group, okay, you should pay attention to the videos that are posted by the members.
That has nothing to do with you not giving me the figure.
You missed the video so you can inspect to see if you wanted it. You missed it, so no.
I made an offer on a guy on Facebook, and then he like ghosted, and it was like
a Davy Jones.
Yeah.
How much? 500.
He was selling it for like 6, and I offered less because none of his stuff was selling because a lot of people aren't spending a lot of money on figures, especially older figures.
Correct.
With me, I know you like to bust my chops about collecting backwards, as you call it, of getting older figures, but I like that I can get them for less money and actually have the figure because most of my figures I have some sort of happy memory with the show or the movie or whatever around it. And so it's like if I can get it, as you say, for $50 and $50 and a smile, and then you have it, and then it's just like it's nice.
Oh man, no, I don't mind you guys getting those prices. That's awesome. I think I make fun of it because it bothers me. You know what I mean? Because I'm paying like 5 times that. It's like you guys are getting like the best deals. I mess with Lucha all the time. I'm like, yeah, you wait for the figure to be 7 years old, and then you buy it for $60. And then he body swaps it. Tell him that all the time. But I'm like, man, just save me one. Lane says, do you guys for troopers normally like to do just one of them or multiples? Trooper, I don't I don't army build. Some troopers I have bought 2 just because I feel like they're necessary. The Royal Guards, for example, necessary. I bought stormtroopers to have next to Darth Vader, 2 of the same. So I don't do it all the time. Like, for example, the Purge, I only bought 1. I would love a second one, but if I don't get it, I don't get it. What about you?
With me, I have this bad habit of buying troopers and then getting rid of them. And I think it's because my like inclination is I want all of them. And, it's like, let me get some 501st and some 501st Deluxe. And then, Captain Vaughn and Jesse and Rex and then it's like, cool, I can have, 50 of them and have a whole, a whole company of troopers, and I can even break it down with platoons and, squads and everything else and get all military with it. But it's every time I start to do that, I'm like, oh, I should get rid of these because I'm just going to end up, and my wife will be like, why do you have so many of the same figure? And I'll be like, they're not the same.
They're not the same.
Each one's a different one. They're all clones.
Oh, that's so funny. It's like they're all the same. No, but that's the thing. And I will never forget the one image I have seen, I think was last year. It was that Dark Side Anakin with the 501st behind, all blue, with the Phase 2 helmets or Phase 1 helmets?
2.
It was 2. Let me tell you something. I've seen army builds. Like, I've seen the pictures of Hot Toys when they had the Millennium Falcon with all the stormtroopers outside. Was it Hot Toys?
Yeah, that was Hot Toys. They did that for the Mos Eisley display at one of their stores in Hong Kong.
Yes. So I seen that, right? Which it's Hot Toys, they could do it. But to see that somebody had that display in their house, that blew my mind, because I would never do anything like that. And I could appreciate something like that. Like I have tons of figures, but nothing looks anywhere near as beautiful as that display did.
If I can get my wife on board with Maja cases, then I could do something more involved on a display.
No, but you go crazy though. You go crazy. Like you think of something and then you take it to like a different world, because that just the fact that you do your own wiring and you make your own stuff like that, that means your brain's constantly going. So that's why I know if you come up with something, it's gonna be out of control, crazy.
It's
not in a bad way
though. I just want her to be like, oh look, the Mata case comes in white. Obviously, if you can't tell, there's a certain aesthetic of, we have white Vestas for a reason, with white Detolfs for a reason. He's
got the white supremacist theme in the background.
Yes, and I'm married to a Mexican.
He's married to a Mexican. I didn't literally mean that. He's obviously not that. He didn't have to explain that. It's a joke.
My children are watching.
Yeah, guys, it's a joke. It's totally a joke.
Jello.
Brad says, I want those Jello hands all from what do you call it? From J&D. Yeah, that we're gonna get into that too, because that's crazy. I can't believe a company's doing that. $2,000 figures out of your head. I mean, I still want it though. I still want it, but crazy, right? Lane. Fabs, just admit in a joke. It's your fave. Can you imagine? I would die before I say that. Okay. Fabs, can you imagine if I had like all like their logos and flags all over behind me? That's horrible. Oh man. Zoomed in on David Jones. His leg survived. His leg survived. This guy. 30 plus watching the positivities. This guy. Yeah, guys, hit that like button, please, if you don't mind. I appreciate it. This guy said watching the positivity. Unbelievable. This guy. William runs so many Facebook groups that time manager expert use him as a case study. Yeah, no, William. If you don't know William by now, you are not a collector. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. William is in like 10 groups at least, and if you haven't been blocked by him, you're not a collector. Okay.
I don't block people. People block me.
Yeah, so you don't block them first.
Spoiler alert for those that are listening that are involved in Facebook groups. When you block an admin or a moderator, it shows you as unavailable in the members list.
Yep.
And then you just get removed.
Yep. You make it more obvious.
And I can still see what you post in the group before you're removed, because just because you block me doesn't mean your words are invisible.
Right. Yeah. No, it's true. I noticed that in my group too. I was like, oh, hell no. Hell no. So, Thomas Jones, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Nice to see you. William, have you seen this guy in the streams at all?
I don't believe so.
So
has that always been his name?
Well, yeah, but no. So he apparently got $1,600 stolen from Toys Wonderland.
Oh, that was him.
Yeah, that was. He said, "Oh, that was him." Yeah. So
I'm sorry, bro.
$1,600 from Toys Wonderland. So he's not a happy camper with that. With anybody who streamed with Justin and because they're all complicit to a certain extent.
Yeah.
FabsFigures, yes, the wife was martyred because of the dilemma. So know that very well. Oh my god. Yeah, I still haven't ordered anything. I am 6K is a little.
Yeah, but I don't even know if you actually have a wife. I've never seen her.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Me? I'll send you a picture.
I've seen your dog.
I'll send you a picture. No, but that's what I tell you guys. I keep like my life is so private. Like you, even on Facebook, not a single picture of my wife on Facebook ever. Just because it's it's for what? Nobody needs to see her. I see her every day. Nobody needs to see her. Wait, Gambit, how are you, my friend? Nice to see you. Welcome. Happy Saturday. Thank you for being here. Says I Army build the Chitauri. Oh, the Chitauri from the Avengers. That was cool. I remember that. I remember getting the double pack, the general and the soldier or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Those were cool figures. No articulation whatsoever, but they were nice. Really detailed at the for that time at least. They were really cool. Fabs, you should do a Bizarro episode where you wear Inart's cap and praise Inart. I'll freak everyone out. I know. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I think that'll be my best episode yet. Oh man, damn. The legend of Thomas. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. The legend of Thomas. Now I'm telling you. All right, guys. So we're gonna get started. Feel like we were sidetracked a little bit, but so all right. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna start off with the 3-0 stuff that we didn't finish talking about. And then we're going to go back and, go over everything else. So it looks like there was a show in Shanghai that 3-0 had I guess a little convention, and they had their little displays out. So these are some of the pictures from that show. William, do you collect 3-0?
I have some 3-0 Game of Thrones and 3-0 Stranger Things.
What about Asmus?
I do not. I do not have any, and I have never had any of Asmus.
It doesn't appeal to you, the Asmus?
Not the ones that I've seen. Every now and again I'll be like, oh, Lord of the Rings is one of my favorite franchises. Maybe I should. And then I'm like,
that's what I was asking, because if you like that stuff, I wondered if you ever tried the Asmus brand.
Well, I saw like their Boromir, which is, the actor Sean Bean, who was Ned Stark on Game of Thrones. And I have the 3-0 Game of Thrones Ned Stark, and his head looks just like Sean Bean. And then that Boromir that came out not too long ago, it was like they held the plastic head underneath a heat lamp or something. And it was like, what'd you do to him? So, yeah, things like that make me not want to try.
3-0 better do that Starscream and DLX. What is the DLX? Is that deluxe? Is that what that means? MDLX? Medium deluxe?
Medium deluxe.
All right, so
it's a schmedium.
Schmedium. So this is obviously, guys, from the new movie, I believe, right? This is from the new Transformers movie. Let me see who this is supposed to be. It doesn't even say. Jazz. This is Jazz from the new movie. It looks like.
Is that the one that Pete Davidson did the voice?
I believe so. Yeah. Now, what do you think of these Transformers? We talked about a little bit about these backstage, but how do you feel about these? What is your take on these?
I think they look great. They just don't work with my current collection and my space, because I don't put things on top of my Detolfs, and so that prevents me from buying bigger things. But like I was saying, if these things actually transformed, though, I would be all over it. I would like that Starscream right there, him and like a Soundwave with a Rampage and all the other little cassettes. They would just be everywhere. And my wife would be like, why do you have so many Transformers? And I'll be like, because they transform.
So that's the only thing that bothers you about the 3-0 brand is the fact that they don't transform. You love how they look. You love everything. It's just they don't transform. So to you, they're not Transformers.
I didn't say they're not Transformers. They just make me not want to invest into them being in my collection. Bayformers suck. Okay. And
Michael Bayformers.
Yeah. And it's, like he said, Generation 1, 3-0 has made some Generation 1 looking ones. Like that Starscream looks a a lot like a Gen 1 type of figure,
This
but
is a Gen 1 here.
and that Optimus in the background behind him
Yeah, right.
is more of the Gen 1 design than the Michael Bay design, but it's
Correct.
it's you buy it, and then if I can't transform it, then it's only displaying, in the Fabio pose, just arms straight down, looking at you, and it just won't work for how I want my stuff. I could just buy smaller Transformers and, have them fight.
Fab's got an inner tattoo. Can you imagine?
Yes, but he won't tell you where.
It's not on my lower back. Stop it.
It's a tramp stamp.
So look, this is not a Gen 1. I thought it was a Gen 1. It's not. That's like a newer style Transformer. So I have the Hot Toys Optimus Prime. I have both, actually. I have the Megatron version, right? That was the overseas exclusive, and then I have the regular Starscream version, which was the US release. And let me tell you something. Now, these bodies are flimsy, they're kind of like weak, but the figures, really, really nice. The bases are really nice. But look at this thing. We were talking about this before. So I own, and I've told you guys this before, I have a bunch of Transformers from, the Michael Bay movies. I have the small ones, I have the medium ones, and I have the big ones. I have the Karatomi double packs. I have the Optimus with the Jetfire that you could combine. Everything's sealed. I have Optimus Prime alone, sealed in this big, huge Karatomi pieces. Again, never opened any of them. I have a few Transformers that are open already in a box upstairs. They don't belong in the collection. They don't fit anywhere. So I have them sealed and away from down here. If you were to, let's say you like the Transformers and even though they don't transform, would you ever get something like this? This big, this bulky, this massive?
As someone who just recently purchased a Hulkbuster, I would say, yeah.
Tell them the price. Tell them the price.
500.
Guys, this is what he does. He'll get figures like that for that low. But he doesn't share. Like, he won't tell somebody like, hey, I could get this cheap. Do you need it? Unbelievable.
Yeah, I do.
He's like, yeah, I do.
I probably annoy people because I message them on Facebook and stuff like, hey, are you looking for this? Like, no. Why?
It's like, no, leave me alone. Fabs uses inner Joker's magnets to hold up his pants. Don't ask Fab to stand up.
You'll be demonetized.
Oh my god. How much does those statues? I don't even know, but I could tell you they can't be light. At least those bases. Those bases are the heaviest things I could imagine. You know what I mean? At least
look at that comment right there from Pitt, whatever, Cordy, where they were like, my Optimus, the color changed on its own from blue to purple.
Oh, can you imagine? Oh my god. His colors are just as bad as the DLX version of the ROTF Optimus Prime. Weird red. And my Optimus Prime toy changed color on its own from blue to dark purple. I hope this won't happen to the new product. So if this would have been posted about any other company, channels would have gotten upset about this and said, why didn't you contact us first? How dare you do this to 3-0? How dare you speak your mind? Oh my god, Joker. What's the most recent figure you have bought, William?
The Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, today, the one from yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday, the exclusive one.
Yes, me too. That same Spider-Man that William got, and the Wenwu figure from the, what was that movie again?
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. I never remember that movie. Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi. Fabs, today we know you are wearing pajama pants and chanclas. Oh, how do you guys know me so well? Unreal. Unbelievable. All right, so you would get this, right?
Yes.
How much is something like this? How much would you pay for something like this?
I don't know, probably Hot Toys prices, but
What, $300?
yeah, because I'm looking at 30's web store right now, and it's like all these DLXs are like 250.
Even something this big?
Optimus Primal.
Oh, that's a nice one too.
Well, see, he's 11 inches tall. I thought he was bigger.
I don't know. He looked humongous. I don't know. I
There's
don't look into that line because I don't own anything. You know, I bought the entire Power Rangers line from them, and I still haven't even opened a single one yet because I got that Star Ace line.
But with this Optimus that we're looking at, we don't have something next to it for scale.
Right, that's true. Yeah.
You know, I'm looking at this like it's, you know, like a statue display piece that would be like a conversation thing.
Right.
But if they're all like 11, 12 inches, then it's like, oh wait, that's
right.
Probably a lot smaller. Let's see, how tall is Megatron?
Albert, my friend, welcome. Nice to see you.
And Megatron's 11 inches.
This is for you, my friend.
This is my boy. This is my boy. This is my boy.
Nice to see you, Albert. I bought an inner poster because imagine a poster. Guys, I don't know if I told you guys, but my in-art Pennywise 400, my B version Pennywise, just to be clear. It's not the double pack, it's not the exclusive, you know, the deluxe. B version with the crazy long hair. $444. That body's not even a muscular body, okay? To justify, you know, that. So you're gonna have a thin body, gluting, the new head sculpt, the wooden diorama frame base thing, the cutouts that they give you. I would hope that, you know, I don't think so, but I would hope that at least the balloon. I don't think it even comes with the balloon because that version is different than the A version. So $444 for God knows what. You're going to tell me that's worth it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I can tell you already, not having it in hand, that is not worth $444. Impossible. Not happening. You know?
Did it ship?
No, they're delayed. So he was supposed to get them. So they announced that they were out. And then I messaged Kid. I said, Kid, are you going to get them? He goes, yeah. He goes, they're going to start shipping soon. Then like a day or two later, I messaged him again. And then he's like, oh, they're delayed. But because I saw people getting theirs. And I was like, oh, you shipped? He goes, no. He goes, they're delayed. I said, what? So people got the deluxe already. So it looks like what they're doing is whoever orders the deluxe, they're getting them first. So I feel like they're doing that to get more people to order the deluxes so they don't have to wait. And obviously they make more money and you don't have to wait that long. I'm assuming that that's the little trick, you know. Yeah. The balloon is it's an extra $500. Oh my God. Because it's got what? Real helium in it? Can you imagine holding on for the he said holding on for the Hono. Unbelievable. So cheap. He's so cheap. Oh my God, this guy. Unbelievable. All right, guys. So look at that. The detail. See, I love these things. The detail is incredible. They look amazing. They look really, really good all around. Look at this massive piece. Would you get something like this?
Yeah, if I had the space.
Look at that.
But yeah, looking at every DLX on their thing, they all say 11.2 inches. Like they're all the same scale.
Oh, so yeah. So see, it's small like that. I don't think so. I would like them to be bigger than that at least.
Yeah, that's why I said I thought it was, you know, big.
It looks big. That's the thing. It looks huge. So that was one set of pictures, guys. And then this was the other set. What was it? No, this was the second set. Yeah, this was it. This was, let me see, was this part of them too? Yeah, I think it was 2023. Yeah, this was it. No, that's it. So, like I said, guys, we're gonna go back and we're gonna get into the Hono stuff or the Ono or the Yoko Ono stuff because it's very important and I think it's a big deal what's about to happen with this line. And so I'm gonna let William start. And my question is this. So as you can see now, Hot Toys is getting into a cheaper line, a more affordable line, a more appealing line for those who love to collect the 1/6 scale and would like to spend more or at least buy more Hot Toys. Everybody knows how expensive, it is being in this hobby to begin with. Third-party companies are, they're not as cheap anymore, even though they are a lot cheaper than any Hot Toys, obviously. But besides, obviously, the new, this Wolverine here. Knowing all of this, number one, why do you think Hot Toys even started to think about getting into a line like this? And number two, what do you personally expect out of the line?
I strongly believe that Hot Toys is doing this specifically just to take the business away from the third-party companies. Because if you can make a product that's just as good or better for less, then I'm giving you my money. And this figure looks good. Yeah, everyone's talking smack about the blue trunks being a little too narrow in the front, that it's the little metallic blue bikini and all that stuff.
the mankini.
Yeah, but it's a comic book look. There's a reason why in live action they have avoided putting the quote underwear on the outside of the clothes sometimes, because it doesn't always translate that well. But
the Man of Steel. I noticed that with the Man of Steel suit. That was the first suit that they didn't put the panties outside, or was it?
Yeah, they wanted, and that way, and the Ben Affleck Batman was the first time that you had like a gray colored one that didn't have trunks the way that they do in the way the Batman normally does. But well, comic book wise. But then you look at this Wolverine, and it's maybe they bought cheaper fabric, and cheaper doesn't necessarily mean worse. It's just they figured out a way, whether they're this new studio, they pay them less, whatever it is, because it's not the people that have worked for Hot Toys since the beginning. It's not JC Hong painting a head,
right? Correct.
Because I'm sure he has a fee, he has a standard rate and salary and everything else.
Now that's a great point. So do you think that they're obviously they're being outsourced, but to crappy artists, and I don't mean crappy like in a bad way. What I mean is obviously not as good as a JC Hong or a K.A. Kim or any of these people.
Yeah, it's with this head sculpt being a masked one. We'll have to see the next figures in the line if they have, faces that are full heads that, you can tell the difference between an experienced molder or experienced sculptor and experienced painter. And it might be a way to get people, involved that want to be in the creation side of, figures and art and everything else.
As a beginner, as a starting point.
Yeah, like apprentice, how tattooing, you have to tattoo with an experienced dude, and they're not going to let you mess it up, but they're going to, make you earn it. And, because this, what's the only thing that's painted on it? The
arms and the face plate and the eye. No, because it's crazy because I'm looking at it and it's exactly what you just pointed out. What did they actually do to the figure, right? There's no actual head sculpt to be made because it's very generic, right? So it's just a generalized image. The face plates are, molds, right? All they're actually doing is painting them. The arms, obviously, those are molds that they have to be painted. I love the arms, by the way. I don't know how you feel about the arms, but the arms looked perfect. They look amazing when they're flexed. Also, they look just like if they were real arms. So what I don't see it. So Joker J says this. This is not Joker J. Brad says this, right? To undercut the competition. But here's my thing. I mean, to get rid of some competition, absolutely, right? Not all. It's not going to be all, and I'm going to tell you guys why. The reason why they cannot just kill all of the third party is because they're not going to make everything that every third party company is going to be making. That's number one.
Yeah.
So the companies will always have a place. Period. Point blank. End of story. It's just that simple. Right? They're not just going to disappear because it's like, oh man, I was going to make a Wolverine. Hot Toys made the Wolverine. Now I can't make it. I'm out. Like, no, that's not going to happen. And if, Hot Toys makes a Wolverine and somebody else wants to make a Wolverine, nobody's going to stop them. You know what I mean? So I don't think they're going for all of the competition. What I think they're doing is they're getting more because they see that there's a huge amount of money to be made in the third party game. They see it. They see it. They see that that we are buying these things to complete their lines. And it's not like they have to be involved with data. They have to be involved with, the things that are happening in the community. They have to be, out there checking what's trending, what's cool, what's, whatever. So I don't think that, they're going for everything, but I do think that they want to just come in for more money. You know what I mean? They have ideas. Now they have the people, apparently. They open up a new company for a reason, right? You don't just open up a company and just say, "Oh, let's wing this thing," right? They've been established for God knows how long, and they know exactly what they're going to do and what they're doing as a company and as a business. So I think it's a very, very smart move because, again, they're just coming in to take more of our money. They're taking our money the high end way. Now they're coming in on the low end way. It's just that simple, right? I don't think they're going to take away from any third party because, again, not every third party is going to make what they're going to make anyway. So I don't see it that way. That's why I wanted William to go first because I wanted to see, what his mindset was on that. And not only that, but obviously he's not the only one thinking that way. So that's all I wanted to hear. But let me see. Chris, welcome. How are you, my friend? Thank you for being here. Says, I just hope they come out with a complete set, not only one. That's another thing that we were going to get into. So I'm gonna just continue here. Now, William.
At least their first figure was not Dark Knight Joker.
Well, no, I would have never expected that to happen.
I'm just saying because just ragging on everyone.
That would have been
Joker.
The worst. But no. So, and another reason why it wouldn't have been a good figure for them to make because it requires a lot of material, and that figure would have never been $160.
Oh, yeah.
So, but no. So my point is exactly what Chris is saying. Do you think that these are going to be just one-offs constantly, or you think it's going to be Hot Toys, instead of a 2.0 at a 0.5, that they're going to give you, just a figure here, or they're going to give you, the Wolverine. So now because Present Toys and Social Toys are making the entire Wolverine line, the entire X-Men line, obviously they're going to make a Wolverine. It's already teased. Present Toys and Social Toys. So they're coming. Do you think that with this Hono line or Ono line, do you think that they're going to now make the entire X-Men line, or do you think they're going to just, like I said, make one-offs and that's it?
If it sells well, then hopefully they'll make the whole line. Because, bottom line, they're a business with a bottom line. So if people aren't ordering it the way that they were making it seem right now, where everyone's posting, oh my God, it's only $160 on Sideshow.
No, but I really think a lot of people ordered this thing.
And I hope they do, because then that will inspire them to, maybe have 1 or 2 lines that they're working on. That way they have more teams doing more things at the same time. And, you know, every 3-4 months be like, here's another character, here's another character.
3-4 months. Do
Wow.
you not see what's happening already with the artisan? More like once a week. 3-4 months. I feel like now, like, because of the fact that these figures are cheap, I think we're going to get bombarded with these figures all the time because they're very basic figures. Look how basic this is. And if they can pull off basic figure like these left and right, believe me when I tell you, you're going to tell me that they can't make a Spider-Man that's all cloth and, you know, literally give you 2 webs, right? Because obviously you're going to get accessories. Here you got the claws and you got the claw effects, right? They could give you Spider-Man with literally 2 webs and a pair of hands, you know, fisted hands, web shooter hands. You're not going to buy it? So they could give you, you know, literally everything. Everything. They don't have to give you head sculpts. As you can see, they're not bothering with, at least for the first figure, right? We don't know where this is headed. So that's why I'm asking, because I would love to know, you know, where you think they're headed. Let's see. And you guys too. You guys, I want you guys to let me know as well what you think, you know, the point of this new company is, what you think the reasoning is behind it, why you think they decided to do this, where do you think it's going, what do you expect from it, what would you like from it, figure wise. Obviously, like I said, you know, it looks like they're giving you figures that don't require too much of anything, right?
It's kind of like taking the Marvel Legends and just making good versions of them.
Correct.
And
Literally.
if they can do that with, you know, a large selection of, you know, characters, whether it just be, you know, because X-Men itself, you know, there's hundreds of characters
Right.
from the X-Men side of things, but then, you know, have no idea if the Hono studio applies to anything other than Marvel.
Right.
If it's,
That's
you
another
know,
thing. Correct.
if it's full blown, you know, Disney, just Marvel universe, which is the comic one, versus MCU, which is the movies.
Right.
You know, it's like there's so many things of we don't even know what they have yet.
Correct.
And, you know, they haven't even dropped any teasers. You know, there was no like coming soon or anything for this. It was like they put up that teaser video, but it had the figure in the video. And, you know, with the little TV, like, and it was like, that's a figure. And it was like, oh, and then the next day, here's the figure on display. It's not the, you know, the silhouette. It's not the shadow. It's not this. So, you know, obviously they've had this in the pipeline long enough to, you know, have it ready for the presentation at this, at the, Shanghai Fan Expo or Comic-Con, whatever it was that they're doing right now. And it's, you know, hopefully that means they also were working on, you know, additional figures already. That way they can, you know, start popping them up. And
now you don't think that, obviously them being Hot Toys, you don't think that all of a sudden, you know, not all of a sudden, like automatically these licenses carry over to their new company? Obviously they have to petition for them, you know, because it's a new,
yeah. I don't know, because this is like the comic book version of Wolverine, and before Sideshow was doing that, and, you know, Hot Toys wasn't doing the comic book versions. And so now Sideshow, I'm not sure if they're done making comic book X-Men themselves because of how poorly Gambit sold.
Who, Sideshow?
Yeah.
No, Sideshow will continue. Sideshow always has to make something to stay alive. You know what I mean? They always have to do something. I don't know how often and how frequent they're going to keep making these figures. I don't know if you notice, everybody's selling their Sideshow Wolverine right now. They're everywhere.
Yeah, they're trying.
They're trying.
People are asking like more than retail for them, and it's like,
yeah. It's crazy. And I did never bought it because I didn't think they looked good. The one thing I really liked about those Sideshow Wolverines was that new bending arm feature that they had, those different arms that they came with. Besides that, like there was nothing. Like the face didn't look nice, it didn't look good. I didn't like it. So, but let me say hello to Harold. Harold, my friend, welcome. Happy Saturday. Thank you for being here.
This is my boy. This is my boy. This is my boy.
Harold in the house. Welcome. It says the artist that designed the Honor Wolverine is digital. That has done work for everyone. Sideshow. Oh, he did say yes. Yes, that's correct. He did mention that he's been an artist for a long time, and he's worked for, specifically, he mentioned Sideshow, Hot Toys 3.0, and other companies. Absolutely. So that's very true. So, he's experienced, they can't be like terrible. And again, if you pay attention, strictly speaking of this Wolverine, there is no head sculpt made. It's all mouthpieces, right? So there's really nothing to this figure to hype. You know what I mean? Besides the price point. That's it. There is nothing out of this world regarding this figure. There is nothing fancy. There is nothing that, warrants anybody going crazy over it. Again, besides the price, which it's very important. I'm not saying that it's not important. It's very important when you're buying. But again, work-wise and, actually getting into the figure, it doesn't look like there was much done. Again, we have to see what's next. We have to see if they're actually going to be working on full head sculpts at $160. We have to see if this whole line is just going to be basic stuff like this at $160. If it's going to vary in price, right? Is it just going to be strictly $160, or you're going to have 160, 170, 180, 190? It's still less than your standard Hot Toy, which is what, between 245 or 240 up, or what, 220 and up? What's the cheapest one that we've gotten recently?
Oh, recently maybe 220 or 235.
That's what I saw. Yeah, it was something like, I saw 220 somewhere, but let's say 235. Right? That's just your basic Hot Toy at 235. And again, I forget what it is. It had to be something small. It can't be anything big. So that's understandable. But an Iron Man, that's 400 and change because it's die-cast now, right?
Well,
so
that display base for the comic book definitely won't fit in a detail.
What do you mean for the comic book?
That's behind him.
It's taller. Yes, it's taller.
They made it to where you can switch out the artwork with any comic book in your collection.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah. So it's a comic book.
So you can like insert like a little.
You can insert any comic book that you have
right here.
Yeah. And so
that's awesome. That's a great idea.
Yeah. And
that is a great idea. I didn't even know that. I just thought this was part of the background. Like it was one piece. I didn't even notice this. Wow.
That's a neat little display option because, the people that put those little movie posters and stuff with their figures, I've seen some that look really nice, really clean with their displays. And, it's having a comic book themed line that has a comic book background. People like, I want this Wolverine because the Jim Lee design of the yellow Wolverine suit was, what I grew up on. Right. And that includes the oversized claws where people were pooing about that, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. 808, my friend, welcome. Happy Saturday. Nice to see you. Been a long time. Welcome, welcome. He says, aloha to everyone from Hawaii. Just had a lunch date with oh my God, lunch date. What time is it over there? 12? It's like 12 on a Tuesday? Nice to see you, my friend. Enjoy your lunch. Hope you had a good time. What did you play at Dave & Buster's? I love Dave & Buster's. I haven't been there in years. That X-Men Wolverine looks amazing. Amazing. The Thor. William wins the first debate. The first debate. This guy. Oh my God. Brad says the 1/6 marker is going to be I'm telling you guys, this is not funny. Like, everybody's very excited about the fact that we're getting just more options, right? And it's already very difficult for, I'm not saying for everybody, because there's a lot of people who are very picky. There's a lot of people who barely buy anything, which, it's fine. There's no problem with that. If you don't have the money for it, you don't have the money for it. It's not a big deal. But it's just, again, this is my point. Hot Toys is not here to take away from anybody, I don't think, because they really can't. You know what I mean? The only thing is, obviously, what's going to happen is if you have Present Toys and Social Toys making a Wolverine and Hot Toys is making it for cheaper, people are just going to go to the Hot Toys. So that, in that respect, I understand, right? So if all these companies are making the same figure and, Hono Studios comes in and makes it, obviously everybody's going to go to the Hot Toys figure. And forget all the three. So in that respect, yes. But is everybody going to make the same figures they're going to make? Absolutely not. So that's why they're not going to just kill everybody, right? It's impossible to do. But when it comes to any company making the same figure, you're going to have a problem. And another thing that's going to happen is this. Usually, when a third-party company announces something, right? At least in the past, it was only that third-party company, announcing that. Now you have one company announcing, and then you have another third-party company announcing the same product, obviously, made two different ways. One made by one company, another one made by one company. Now what's going to happen is this. You're going to have a third-party company come out with something, right? And then people are going to say, let's see what Hono Studio is going to do. So I think what that's going to happen. So what is that going to do? Well, it's going to deter people from jumping into third party immediately. Number one, because now they're going to hold off and wait. Or you're going to have people still doing the same thing they're doing, but they're going to cancel a lot of pre-orders because of the fact that, let's say you pre-order at some third party, right? This comes out. Oh my God, I really want it for $160. So cheap. Oh my God. And I just, paid the $20 deposit, $30 deposit to get it from blah. Oh man, what should I do? A lot of people are going to cancel So like I said, it's either people are going to hold off and wait, or they're going to lose a lot of money on deposits. What do you think?
I'm kind of hoping that Hono is going to be like waiting for the third-party companies to announce it, and if it is a figure they have a license for, that they very quickly get one together and be like, ha.
Well, what if it's the other way around, though? Which is a good point, but what if it's the other way around? What if it's people leaking the information to the third-party companies?
Well, clearly that's been happening a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Correct.
Like the Sideshow Gambit and the So-So Gambit were pretty almost overlapping. It was almost like, when they release movies like Armageddon and Deep Impact in the same summer, and it's like, so they're just kind of both doing the same thing, huh? Okay. Been wanting comic, less accessories.
So this by Joker J also, it's a great point, because I agree with him 100%. I feel like there's a lot of fluff in these figures that we get, a lot of unnecessary stuff. And I'm not talking about the bases, right? That's the last thing, How many hands do you really need?
I was going to say, how often do you change out your hands?
Well, but the thing is this, I understand why we get, whether it's 4 or 5 pairs of hands. I get it, right? It's to pull off poses that you may want for the figure from the show, for whatever. I get it, right? So that's why
use a body that lets them pose.
Well, no, so that's not, I'm just talking about that, right? Just people are, that's why we get these hands, because people do, that's what the hands are there for. Obviously, I don't use them, so I don't need them. As long as I get, fisted hands, and let's say, for example, like I said, obviously, if Spider-Man is going to need the web hands, I wouldn't need them, but they need to be there. I think the most important hands are fisted hands and grabbing hands. Whatever accessory, whatever weapon he comes with, or the figure comes with, you need a hand to grab that, and that's it. I don't think you need, all these different hands for any reason. Another thing, the diorama stuff, right? I'm not talking about the deluxe. Like, for example, the Spider-Man that we just got, the Amazing Spider-Man. All that clear plastic stuff, all that, add-on BS, unnecessary. That's how they justify charging you $400 and something for that figure. Just fluffing it up, just like Inart. Inart gave you for the Joker $2 billion in bills. For what? For what? And they gave you a bunch of cutouts again for what? Like, I get it. It's fluff. It's a filler for the figure to make you look like you're getting all these things, right? We get it. I get it. I understand the angle, and I get it. So we don't need all these things all the time. The backgrounds for them, I never even touch those things. The insert image. The clamshell, it's a lot of bulky stuff that is unnecessary, and for shipping is also very impractical because of the fact that it's bulky, it weighs a lot, and it's unnecessary stuff. So how do you think they're going to package this figure?
I'm hoping it's just going to be, well, it has to fit that piece of plastic that's behind them.
Right.
So I was thinking just the long, narrow,
like a sideshow box, right? Like one of those thin little.
Yeah, just as small as humanly possible, with foam, pull pluck foam inside it, cut out to look like Wolverine, and all the hands just put in the foam right next to them, and you open them up, and it's just a little foam like chalk outline of him.
Brad said Wolverine is hung like a horse. It's guy. A couple of these a year, and wait, what? A couple of these a year, and you can use the leftover funds for a more outrageously expensive figure. But yeah, that's another thing. Correct. This could be your filler, right? And you're getting licensed stuff. You're not getting unlicensed third party. You're actually getting, good quality stuff for a decent price. And, you'll know they're Hot Toys. You're not going to say Hot Toys, but you'll know pretty much that's what they are, 808 says they want a piece of the 1/6 figure part. Yep. It won't just be his character alone. Be ready for, absolutely. 100%. I just pre-ordered right now. How was your deposit? $16? Right?
It would be nice if they do a lot of different Marvel Comics looks, not just X-Men, but Cap, Thor, any of these ones where it's just
they will. Oh, they will.
Right, and you get it's a classic comic book look done well.
Yep.
That doesn't have goofy proportions or any of the other stuff.
It'll be all comic book like animation stuff. Yep.
But you just know getting a product like this, because this is a subsidiary of Hot Toys, that it's not going to be like everybody complaining about the new Doctor Doom they just got, where it's like the hands don't stay on, it won't stand up properly,
right.
Pieces are falling off. I opened up the box and it looked like somebody had crumpled a pile of clothes onto the floor because nothing was on the figure. And it's like, yeah, Hot Toys has some QC issues, spelling, but it's, I've never opened up a figure and been like, why is he not in one piece?
Why is he not in one piece?
It's like, because like I got like this Mr. Z animal thing that I was looking at because I got a discount thing on it with the Black Friday crap, and I open it up and like both feet are off, the hands are off, and like things are like untied, and it's like, huh. Like I know this was sold by Sideshow and it's not their product, right. But when they seal these up, because obviously it's a human closing it, because right. They put in like the little card with like the certificate of authenticity and all that stuff, and you just look down and fucking it's handless and footless, like it's been through a meat grinder, and it's like, we're good, send it,
ship it.
Their problem now.
Like remember Miss Doubtfire? You box those, you ship those. Any questions after you box them? You ship them. Oh man. Tuli, my friend, welcome. How are you? Nice to see you. Thank you for stopping by, my friend.
This is my boy. This is my boy. This is my boy.
Artulio in the house. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for stopping by. This movie was a day one for me. It was a day one for everybody, I think. I feel like I know. I feel like I'm the only one who didn't pre-order it. I'm gonna get it. I just didn't pre-order.
You're gonna miss out.
Can you imagine? I would be so upset.
FOMO.
I'll get it. You know what?
What?
I'll get it on eBay for $200. Okay, it's fine. Oh man, at Tuli.
I've been trolling Marketplace on Facebook because there's been some people selling stuff. Like I'll see them put it up and it's way overpriced, and then like 2 months later, this one guy had like 9 or 10 Hot Toys. Like he just sold a Bad Batch Echo and a Bad Batch Hunter for $200 total. You know, it's like
yeah.
And you know, Boba Fett with Throne for 200, in-game cap for 100.
Well, but that's fake, right?
No, I went and bought a bunch.
Oh wow, because that sounds like that's so cheap.
Right. Oh well, yes, I was talking about this with one of the people on the groups today because he's from Denver and he ordered from the guy and the guy mailed it to him, but it's physically here in the Springs. And the first time, especially when he gave me his, I was expecting a public meetup, but he was like, "No, this is my house," and it was like, of course I had a gun on me because, I have no idea what's going on. I'm going to some random's house and to give money, even though it's
you have to be safe because those are the types of situations where you get robbed. Yeah,
normally I meet at the Target parking lot and during the day, and you're just surrounded by people and stuff, and I don't like giving out my home address to people for no reason.
Right.
Yeah, it's coming by this $20 thing from my house. Nothing. I'll meet you down here when I'm picking up.
Come inside. Do you need to use my bathroom?
Well, it'll be like your guys would cut your couch in half and brought it down the stairs.
You remember that?
All your stuff. Of course I remember.
Yo, I remember that like it was yesterday. I've never been so bugged out my whole life.
I Googled about cutting a couch because I had never heard of that.
I had never heard of that either.
And then fun fact, my couch didn't fit down the stairs here. And so we had to get rid of it.
You didn't cut it?
No, it wasn't worth that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they cut the whole thing. They brought it down in pieces, and then with like a staple gun, like a wooden staple gun, the guy was like, "Pa, pa, pa," and the thing was like brand new. I was like, no way. But that wasn't even the bad. The bad part was that the helper was walking around my stuff with his eyes lit up like this. Like it just hit the jackpot. And I'm like, yo, this guy's going to steal my stuff. That was my first thought. He's like, he's going to come in here when we're not home. He's going to steal my stuff. The best question was,
what's your most expensive one?
Yeah. Right? I was like, no, they're not expensive. They're all the same. I was like, none of them are. Can you imagine? It's like, oh, it's this one right here. So when we're not home, come over here. This is how you walk to it. Get the hell out of here.
This is my David Jones. It's my prized possession.
Can you imagine? Oh, it's this one. And you know what I did after that? After they left, like months later, I rearranged like the figures so they wouldn't know what was what. if God forbid they ever showed up again. No, I can't believe you remember that. That's so funny. Let's see. It's a time trap. It's a time trap. He said just ate. He said just ate lunch. Oh man. Let's see. Chris says, I keep remembering the theme song of the X-Men when I used. Yes, that was the best.
And you're about to hear it in 2024 when X-Men 97 comes out on Disney.
Yep.
Because it's one of the few Marvel shows that's actually coming out this year or 2024. That's
gonna be so good.
They said they're only doing like 2 or 3 Marvel ones.
I can't wait to see all the wokeness in it. I'm so excited for that part. Oh my god, you have no idea. You have no idea.
It's set in 97. They weren't woke yet. They were still sleeping.
Oh, they'll wake it up so good. Just wait. They'll bring you back in type and make it woke. Unbelievable. Joker J says, I wonder what my neighbor thinks I'm into when she sees all these boxes that say Hot Toys showing up. Bring out the GIMP. This guy, he says, my neighbor. The hand speaks a part of the story in the posing. Yes, exactly, and that's why I understand why they add it, right? But like, for some of these figures, like, you really don't need all these hands. That's why I feel like they could save money on those things. I mean, we could save money on those things, and they don't have to give them to us. The shipping provider has control over the pricing for all the figures. Yep. That's what they charge, whatever they want. They need to figure out how packaging smaller. They need to figure out how packaging smaller third parties come in a slim box. Well, some of the Sideshow boxes too come in a smaller box. The what was it? The Boba Fett, the Mythos Boba Fett, really thin box, literally this wide, this long, about this long. I was looking for one. I don't have one near me. But yeah, they're not that big. Hot Toys are big for no. Yeah, well, again, they're big because they're fancier figures. They're supposed to be a high-end figure.
That's why they call it the art box.
Right. They're very safe.
It's opening it as part of the experience.
Correct.
Of your premium collectible.
Correct.
Every time I open it, I don't just throw everything to the side just to look at the figure. I'm looking at that nice, pretty picture that's always on the insert. And
yeah, see, I look at it, but I don't like play with it. I know people like use it. No, I did see somebody though behind every detail shelf. He would put one back there with the figure in the front. Gorgeous. I thought that was the coolest thing. I was like, that is such a smart way to use those inserts. I would never do that, but that looked beautiful. And I saw that years ago. What?
And like the DX boxes, when the DX boxes actually had the extra special little, bat symbols that come out, and the Darth Maul metal cards and everything else that are just like, extra fancy parts of the box. But yeah.
808 says the original Marvel characters is what I'm about. Hell with the Disney version. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the originals are what are what we all know. When they got to actors and stuff, that was a different story. But the cartoons is what everybody can relate to. I feel like, and I feel like that's why everybody gets so excited when these figures come out. SJC, welcome. Nice to see you. Wonder why Spider-Man was not under Hono. It's a comic just like Wolverine. Well, we don't even know what they're making yet. They could make a Spider-Man. They could give us a comic book Spider-Man. Absolutely. And just because they announced this doesn't mean that it's not coming. We still have. This is just the beginning. We're gonna get. And my thing is, how frequent are we getting these figures, right? Because again, Hot Toys is not doing much to these figures. Absolutely, you got the cloth material. You got the body, and you got the pieces, right? The two hands, the two pairs of hands, the two extra mouthpieces, and the effects. So we're not getting much. So that means that these figures are going to come out that much faster. How much faster? How much faster do you think we're going to get these figures? How often?
I was already telling you, I was thinking it was going to be every 3 months.
You think that far off?
Well, I think that if they can, get on this schedule where it's not too. I just read that comment. You get on a consistent schedule, and then if you actually deliver on the delivery date that you are saying, as opposed to, we all know what happens normally with Hot Toys, where, look at Cyborg. Years later type of thing. But if they can be like, hey, because what's Wolverine's delivery time? June or something?
Say it again.
I think his estimated delivery is June.
Oh, I didn't even know because I didn't even pre-order. Let me check.
Yeah, but I think it was that time for the expected
April to September 2024.
Okay, yeah. So let's say they actually hit April, and that's going up for pre-order in December. If they can hit that 4-month window right there, and every 3 months they're putting up another one, but they actually come out on time, yes, that's only 4 figures a year.
That's
But
what I'm telling you. It's way more than that. It's
Yeah.
going to be way more than that.
I'm talking about for like the first year.
You don't think that they're going to automatically just start pumping figure after figure?
I would hope that they don't. I would hope that they don't until they can actually prove. Because, like, to me, pre-ordering and everything else, I love figures in stock. I like being able to buy it, and then I want it to show up. That's part of one of my joys of my collecting backwards, as you like to say. And it's I buy it, and then it's coming.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You don't like the wait. You don't like the wait.
But it's with this April to September. If let's say they run into some type of production issue, problem, whatever, it's look at InArt where they were like, okay, this is when we're going to do it. Okay, it's back. It's a little bit more. We're not telling you exactly when. Okay, well, now it's out. Now it's trickling. Now we're making them and shipping them as we got them, and we still don't have all of them, and they're still doing that now. And now what did they say? We're going to double our staff for next year, so we'll release twice as much. And it's like, oh, you mean 2 figures?
Right.
In 1 year? Oh, cool.
Yeah, that was InArt's little, try to get people hyped up. Yeah, we're going to give you your product faster next year. But they made it seem like it was like such a big deal. Like, please.
Yeah. And so I would love for them to be like, every month we're showing you a new figure. And, then they'll be delivered, in 1 month increments. And if they could get on that schedule where, you think 12 figures is too much for a year, or you're expecting like Hot Toys numbers where they were like, what, 100 for this year or something?
I'm telling you, it's gonna be about the same or maybe more, because again, this is 1, 2, 3. There's nothing to this line. They don't have to worry about packaging. They don't have to worry. Everything's gonna be, at its minimalist way of everything. So that's why I think it's gonna be one after the other. It's gonna get crazy because there's nothing to these. You know what I mean? They don't really have to worry. Again, we don't even know if they're making head sculpts yet. What?
$16 deposits entice a lot more people too.
That's the thing.
Because,
that's what I'm saying.
It's like, okay, I'll put my deposit, and then if you have to cancel it for whatever reason, it's $16.
And I'm telling you, and like I said earlier, it's enticing for a lot of people who wish they could buy more, but because everything's so expensive, now they can. And believe me when I tell you, they're going to get a whole new breed of customers because of that. You have people in the community right now that will buy a figure here and there because they're very expensive. At this price, you better believe that person's going to buy more because they're able to now.
And I think more comic book stores are likely to carry this product actually in store than Hot Toys. Because I have one comic store in Colorado Springs that actually carries Hot Toys.
Right.
None of the other ones do because they're not high end enough, as they call it.
Right.
But this, is the same price as some of the larger Mezco ones that come with the 50,000 heads and everything else. And, a lot of stores have been carrying those because people, I guess, are either more comfortable with that price point or maybe the scale of the figure because you can fit more for your stuff. But if this is, the wholesale price or whatever that the distributors have to pay to buy it, if it's 160 from Sideshow, I'm sure wholesale is, 60% of it or whatever is the wholesale price.
Yep.
And so if I'm going to buy it for my store for $90, I'm way more likely to buy a couple of them and put them up there instead of one Hot Toy, especially during the time of now when they overproduced, several dozen Hot Toy figures and no one's buying them, because I still see them in the stores here online and my one physical store. And it's like, if you get some new ones in, people might actually want them because those are, the ones that are waitlisted, quote unquote.
You want to answer this question for Brad?
Is Hono a new company? It is a new subsidiary of Hot Toys, where Hono translated means flame, as we looked it up. How's it pronounced? Well, I actually have a tab up right here where it actually does the. Can you hear this, Fabs? No, I guess the microphone cuts it out because it's, computer voice, but it says Hono.
Oh, he pronounces the H.
Yeah, and
No.
This Japanese translation website.
So there you go, Brad. It's Hono.
So, yeah, so it's a flame, and so it's part of, it's a Hot Toy subsidiary.
So it's Hot Toys' third-party company, pretty much, but they're licensed.
No. It's Hot Toys' new entry-level line. Sponsor me. I'm the Hono veteran.
The Hono veteran.
We talked about this a little bit on the stream. Was that yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah.
Man, that seems like
it feels like a few days ago. I know. It does.
We talked about it, how you have the clothing company, Old Navy, Gap, and Banana Republic, where it's all the same clothes, the same materials, the same everything, but just the name, you pay more for the name. Right. Because if you wear Old Navy clothes, people know that you bought the ones that are on the commercial that are $6 for a t-shirt.
Right.
But you buy that same shirt at the Gap and it's $20. You buy it Banana Republic and it's $75, and it's like, why?
Yep.
Because it has a banana.
Because it has a banana.
Like those old ones with the crocodile. What were those? Lacoste?
Lacoste, yeah.
Yeah, that's like, I used to thought, like when I was young, that meant that you were like, a little nerd. And now it's like hipsters and stuff wear them because they're, I guess.
I used to buy the sneakers, the Lacoste sneakers. They were like $100 and something a pair. And let me tell you something. They are not worth that money. It's just you're paying that brand for the brand. That's it. Like they're not even comfortable shoes. They just hurt your feet. But because they're the brand, it's like, oh, cool. Gambit says.
Gambit's comment is something. It
says woke meaning. Alert to injustice and discrimination in society, especially racism. If you think about it, X-Men always mirrors social issues.
Yep. Stan Lee has talked about this several times where it's like all these people that are now being like, oh my God, they're making the point to say this. It's like X-Men has always been this. Yep. It's always been about the people that are singled out and discriminated against. And that it was, it was his covert way of talking about racism and xenophobia and, hatred of different religions and hatred of different, sexual orientations and everything else, and he was doing that in the 60s, specifically because it's a problem. And if readers of the comic never could put one and one together, then I don't get it. It's always been there. It's always been looking straight at you. And now everyone's blaming Disney for wokeness. And it's always been part of, especially X-Men from the get-go. And, people just like to throw that word wokeness because it gets people agitated.
Yep.
But it really just means being more conscious of the stuff going on around you and not ignoring it. Yeah. And if that bothers you, then you might be the problem. I don't know.
It's true. It's 100% true.
Or man,
because it's funny, because I remember when the term woke was a positive thing. You know what I mean? I remember that it was in the early 2000s. I remember, people were proud to say I'm woke. You know what I mean? They were like, I'm woke. Like, I know, I'm aware of what's going on.
Right.
Now it's like you say woke. It's like the complete opposite. It's like a negative thing.
Well, then other groups took the word and then they apply it to people with the negative connotations.
Right.
And, it happens all the time.
Yeah. And because I remember I was like, when did that turn a negative thing? I was like, when did that happen? Because I had, I remember people specifically saying around me, oh, I'm woke. I know what's going on. I'm aware of what's going on.
Yeah.
And that's how I heard it, again, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004. And then all of a sudden now I hear woke and it's like a negative thing. It's like, when did that happen?
Well, think of it like they do it with so many terms, like millennial. Like they turn millennial into a negative term where it's just the word describing a generation of people.
Yeah.
That
And
started
it's like a negative definition.
Because you're 83, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're still a millennial.
No, and by 1 year too.
I know, because I'm 84, and it's like it's like, okay, I thought I was, Gen X or Y or
So did
whatever.
I. So did I. Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you're a millennial, and it's like, okay. And now they use millennials, the word millennial synonymous with people that can't take care of themselves and don't know what's going on and, can't handle life. And it's like, I think I'm doing all right with all my toys.
It's like with all my toys. See, so another thing I wanted to get into regarding this line is
back to toys.
Quality, right?
Yeah.
So what can we expect, right, quality wise at that price point, right? So what I'm going to say about that is this: at the end of the day, it's Hot Toys. I don't care what they want to rebrand it for, whatever reason, it's Hot Toys. So I don't think the quality is going to suffer at all because, again, it's Hot Toys. They're not going to suddenly start giving you bad quality stuff while being licensed for $160 and just really not care for it.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. Can we expect mistakes? Can we expect mess ups? Can we expect defects? Can we expect? Absolutely, just like everything else. The thing is, are we going to get, defects more frequent, the same, or less? What do you think? How do you think that's going to work?
I think it'll be the same, because I would probably think that they may have expanded their art department and their making department, but the factory and everything else are probably the exact same. Because, doing the expansion of what you're offering, we're young. Yeah, Fabs, you're 40. You're young.
You're 40. You're young.
Damn, young 40s. But like you said, it's their name on the product, and they made the little subset thing, which to some people, I saw their comments were like, oh, they're just making it so they can make it shitty without people knowing that it's them. And it's like, yeah, well, now that I know that it means flame, and the Hot Toys logo is a flame, and that it's like, it's,
and if you really pay attention to the logo, you're gonna tell me that's not a flame?
Yep, it's flame right there.
That's a fat flame.
And inside the O is the Hot Toys flame.
Correct.
And so it's like you have it's literally just saying, I think it's like they're, at least for the first figure, branding it with Hono just so they can, get the name of that company. So then when they see the quality, they're gonna be like, cool, we expect good things from this thing, instead of having the Hono logo and the Hot Toys logo side by side, and everyone's eyes just go straight to the Hot Toys one because that's what they're used to seeing.
Correct. When they do collaborations, that's exactly what they do. They do it with, whether it's Hot Toys and Instinct Toys, whether it's Hot Toys and what was the other brand? Oh my God, New Era with the hats. They do, what was the other brand? There was another. It was Hot Toys, Instinct Toy, and something else. So when you see them, Artist Mix. That was the other one, Artist Mix. So when you see Hot Toys and Artist Mix, who's Artist Mix? Nobody. So you go to Hot Toys. You look, it's a Hot Toy. You look at, Hot Toys, Artist Mix, Instinct Toy. Who the hell is Instinct Toy? You look at Hot Toys. Those Venoms that I have, those big bulky Venoms that are made by Hot Toys, you know those?
Yeah.
Those are exactly what I'm telling you. They're a collaboration of Hot Toys, Artist Mix, and what was the other one? Instinct toy, right? That's the collaboration of those three Venoms: the red one, the white one, and the black one. So exactly what you said. When you look at that box, you don't know anybody else on that box, but you do know Hot Toys. So I think you're 100% right. I think what they're trying to do is leave them alone as a standalone company, so people don't attach it to the Hot Toys thing, even though it's Hot Toys everywhere.
Yeah. And I believe it's going to come nice, good quality, and that they save the money by not having more than one head, not having the 30,000 hands, the smaller box, everything that we've talked about. You streamline that process, and then you have the figure. That's why people sell loose figures from Hot Toys, and it's like, oh, without this big old box, I can ship it for less. And then daylight savings. What part of the world are you in, Jim? 808 was living in a different time as you.
Jim, don't listen to him. Welcome. How are you? Nice to see you.
Daylight savings like 2 months ago.
He's like, what part of the world are you? Jim just woke up. How are you, my friend? He's like, what year is it? Oh, man. They make a Batman with this quality and price. Well, that's the thing. Are we expecting head sculpts? Are we expecting, just regular figures like these, generic figures, animated figures? That's what I want to know. You know what I mean? I want to know where this is headed. As of right now, I'm going to assume that because this is cheaper, we're not getting head sculpts, right?
Well,
I'm telling you.
I'm hoping that they keep the price point the same for every figure, and that over the course of it being successful, it'll be like Marvel Legends, where some of them have an extra head, or some of them have the extra hand accessories and stuff, because some of them actually come with swap out hands and stuff now. Not all of them, but the prices are always the same.
Right.
And so if this Wolverine sells the way that I'm hoping that it sells, and the next one is, y'all need to stop looking at his groin. Like, at least on my screen right now, it has the banner of the Thor's name and everything straight across, so it looks like we're censoring it. But but I'm hoping that on a long enough timeline, they're like, we're making profit, we're doing this, we're going to keep the price point the same, but every now and again, because if you make a Batman, some people do want a Bruce Wayne head, but not that many people.
My point is this. This is my point with the head sculpt. I feel like all of the money, or at least most of the money, for every Hot Toy that we spend comes from the head sculpt work, right? I think that's as far as I know, that's what my mentality is regarding those price points. It's most of that money that we pay is for the head sculpt, for that work, right? So this is why I think they could justify, or they could give us this $160 price point, because of the fact that they're not making head sculpts, right? It's easier to make a face plate than to make an entire face.
Hand painted.
Right. But, the painting is 1, 2, 3. That's not, it's obviously 1, 2, 3 for the professionals, not for me. I'm not saying like it's 1, 2, 3 for me.
Having flashbacks to when you said, send me that head sculpt, I'll paint it for you. When you paint, you're like, I can paint. Might not look good.
What was it? The Andor? The Andor?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So I think that they're capable of giving us that $160 price point because of the fact that there's no head sculpts. Again, this is all very generic. There's nothing out of this world. There's nothing expensive here. There's nothing crazy here. There's no engineering. There's no innovation. There's nothing that it's out of this world at all, right? So this is what I mean. This is 100% okay at 160. But if they add a head sculpt to this, there is absolutely no way it will be 160. Impossible. So if they want to keep it at this price point, the figures have to be this basic, literally this basic. Very, very minimal cloth material, right, for whatever outfit. Very minimal plastic, very minimal accessories. The base is the most, no pun intended, the most basic thing in the world. Look at that. And they try to like make it fancy so it doesn't look like just a flat piece of nothing. So they have to figure out a way to keep it that cheap. And the way is going to be by not including much more of anything, because anytime that you add anything else, it'll be more expensive. I feel like what you see here right now is your standard 160, which as you can see is nothing. And anything extra is going to cost extra. But I don't think they're going to be adding anything extra, because then they should just do it with the regular MMS TMX releases. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that's the tricky part.
I'm hoping that it won't be any exclusive deluxe exclusive deluxe with 17 different combinations that you can have, which means the 17 different boxes and stickers and inserts and different clamshells and everything else that they've done, hence these prices that keep going up. And so
I think that's what I think. I don't think they're going to be adding anything more. I don't think they should, and I don't think they will, because if, again, this is entry level, apparently, supposedly, who knows where it's headed. But if this is what they want to do, and it's literally what they're saying it is, which is entry, it should not get any more expensive than this, because again, where is it going to go? The moment it starts going up $5, $10, it only means it's going to go up. It's just that simple. The moment that these prices start creeping up, they're going up. They're going up. They're going up. SJC, watch when it comes out. People will find out. Exactly. That it's with every figure. Happens with every figure. The only figure I actually didn't hear anything about that was a good figure was the Carnage. Carnage, I haven't heard anything negative about that figure. But every other figure, I feel like everybody has a problem with it. They got rid of the name on the base, so no one was. Can you imagine? That is true. Yeah. Oh no, but here it is. It's right here. They put the name. See the name?
I like the color base that matches the figure.
That's cool. Yes.
And you see right there the interchange your own comic book display thing, where it's so exactly how big that is, because you can just hold up any comic book, and it's like basically the 8x11, 8 whatever the standard size pages are. But I don't know, a universal display like that, even with I like the little name on it. It's not the metal plate, it's not as shiny. It'll be different from Hot Toys. And it's not, like Star Wars footprints in the sand. Because like people ragging when IG-11 came out with footprints, and it's like he don't got feet that match those footprints, but you got sand prints.
Sand prints.
But yeah, I'm excited about this, and if it exceeds their initial estimates, then they might start teasing more stuff more quickly.
Brad said, I heard they're sending out replacement. Yeah, they are actually right here. Let me show you guys real quickly, which is actually exactly what I told you guys that we're going to do. The only way to fix that issue was sending out the plates, because it was either send out the plates or don't send them at all. So here they are, spelled properly, Wolverine, not Wolverine. So it's perfect, beautiful. Again, I told you guys it was going to happen. That was the only fix to the problem. So I don't understand why it was such a. I mean, I understand, but it was an easy fix.
Just like books when they come out and they've been through so many proofreaders and everything else, and you still find typos in a novel, and it's like shit happens. And
the Thor, my friend, have a good night. Thank you for being here. I will speak to you soon. Let's see. SJC says it's the wrong shade of yellow. Exactly. It's not the right yellow. Somebody will definitely say that. 100%.
Yeah, but that's just like, you ever go on Amazon and look at the 1-star reviews on something?
No, what? Like, give me an example.
So like my wife likes to research things before she buys it, and she'll be like, "Oh, let's look at the bad reviews." And so it's like, let's say like you want to buy like a dresser,
Right.
and you go and look at the 1-star reviews, and people are like, "It wouldn't fit in my Ford Fiesta." One star, and it's like,
the cabinet's full.
it's like, how did you, or like you buy a knife and you're like, it cut me when I tried to eat Jello with it. And it's like, it's a knife.
It's
And
a knife.
People will be like, this looks nothing like Hugh Jackman.
Oh my
It's
god!
like,
I know.
this isn't Hugh Jackman.
The hair on the arms is off. Unbelievable. No, that's
Yeah.
how they are. But Eddie says, "Give me a Nightcrawler." We need a Nightcrawler. I think that we need a cartoon Nightcrawler, not from the movie. We got that young kid Nightcrawler, but we need a comic book Nightcrawler. That would be great.
Yeah, not a movie one, just straight comic.
He said, "I'm gonna need a telescope to see that name." Nobody ever attempts him. Yeah, because I mean, it's a tricky. I feel like it's a tricky figure to pull off. Even though obviously they did the movie version. I think it's still it's still a very detailed figure. I think that's the issue. It's not an easy figure to make. His outfit, and you can turn that. I guess you can make it very basic if you want, but I guess nobody wants to bother.
They made him a little shorter, so that's good.
What do you mean?
It says that he's 11.2 inches.
Who?
Wolverine.
Yeah, he's supposed to be short. No, he's supposed to be like 8 feet.
Wolverine's 5'3".
That's what I thought.
And so people are gonna be like, he's short.
Yeah, he should be.
And
no,
like,
but I see.
What do you mean? He's a midget.
Yeah, no.
That's why Sabretooth would call him Runt.
Right.
That's Hugh Jackman and be like, hey, you 6'6", 250-pound motherfucker, you're a runt.
You're a
runt to the litter. I want to see the rest of them because they must all look like half Thor Bjornsson from the World's Strongest Man or something.
Nightcrawler is really slim, yeah. Nightcrawler would be amazing. No, he's a good looking figure. What about what figure would benefit best from J&D if I could only think of a movable Batman cowl. I mean, the way that they moved that Joker neck, we talked about it yesterday, and that was incredible. The way I saw that move, I was like, this is like different level stuff.
When he's saying movable cowl, you mean being able to move the neck while he has the cowl on. I was thinking like have the cowl over the face and you peel it back. And I was like, that would be insane.
Yeah, that would be hardcore.
Silicon would probably just become the color of
exactly. No, absolutely. It'll take it in. It'll absorb it. That's the problem with that silicone. I think that's going to be a whole issue, but who knows?
Yep.
With the J&D stuff. I want Sabretooth. Yes. All right, guys. So let me see. I think if I had one more thing, and then we're out of here. We've been on. I guess Mike didn't show up tonight. He wasn't feeling well anyway, so I hope he's feeling better. Such a huge X fan. Can't wait for Dazzler. This guy is Dazzler. It's like the most random one. Taylor Swift.
That's the rumor that Swift is going to be Dazzler in Deadpool 3.
Oh, I did see that too. I did see that. Yeah. J&D Indy. Yeah, that's a nice one. Great show. Thank you, my friend. Thank you guys for being here. Yeah, no, I'm looking to see if I had something. Oh, these are just a couple more images that I have to show you guys real quickly before we get out of here. I don't know why I couldn't find them on the on the 30 page. But these two images that I'm going to show you guys are just part of the show. Part of their show when they had their little convention thing. As you can see, The Witcher here. Out of all of the Witchers I've seen, and I've seen 3. Shout out to Uncarded. He sent me the pictures. I think the Social Toys is the nicest one out of the 3 third-party ones. This, I didn't get any of them. I don't own any of these. I'm not buying any of these. But this doesn't look appealing to me whatsoever, and I think this is the worst one out of them all, if I were to say. What do you think about this figure?
Yeah, I have the Buzz toy. I bought it for my wife because she really likes The Witcher, and we do have So pre-ordered as well. And I think So's uniform, like armor and everything for the season 2 looks really nice. The Buzz Toys looks nice for the season 1. It has its shortcomings, but the Henry Cavill head sculpt, the regular look looks pretty good. The potion looks a little off.
What's the potion look with the light up eyes?
No, it doesn't light up. It's just like darker eyes because he drinks these things to make his powers a little bit stronger for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know
So it gets like demon looking eyes and like black lines under his skin. And that one looks a little off with Buzz Toys, and the So look good in the picture, but in hand we're still waiting. But then you look at this, and I know it's not the most high resolution photo.
It's very shiny. I don't like the shine.
Yeah, besides the shine, it's like I see that it kind of looks like Henry, but it almost looks like they were trying not to because it's going to be a new actor for season 4. And so like you have the Witcher, who's just, a white guy with the silver white hair. And because like look in the background, you have the out of focus guy from what was it, Dungeons and Dragons, Den of Thieves or whatever the movie was, and it's the dude that was in Wonder Woman. You could tell it's Chris Pine,
right?
Like it's blurry, it's in the background. Right. That's Chris Pine. Correct. You put that Witcher picture in the foreground, and it's like, is that
right?
And that's not a good look when it's like, you want these things. Just maybe we should just collect the pictures.
Imagine it's like welcome to my collection of images.
I'm not even an in the box collector. I'm just a picture taker.
Oh my god! And it's funny. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed this. If you look at my Instagram specifically, I don't really follow that many people, and I'm going to tell you why. There's a lot of accounts, and I love seeing people's collections and stuff, but there's a lot of accounts that literally their entire accounts, and they have thousands and thousands of followers. Their entire accounts are only pictures of Hot Toys announcements. No, I'm not kidding. Like entire account. So I don't like seeing that in my feed. Like when somebody's, a post pops up on my feed and it's like a picture of a Sideshow thing or a Hot Toys thing. Why do I want to see that? So that's why I don't follow a lot of people. And that's why I was telling you guys, if you guys want me to follow you, let me know. Because I don't mind. I like looking at people's collections. It's just, if your page is like full of like random pictures of nothing, it's like, why do I want to follow that? It's like, I don't want that on my feed. But it's funny that you said that. Show that badass ninja from the other day. Oh, you remember the ninja. The ninja. That ninja's like $400. That ninja, they could keep it. Kit, keep your ninja. Look at that. No, it's a beautiful figure. Look at that. The detail on this thing is gorgeous. But that thing is way too expensive. At least for me. You rich guys can, you doctors and lawyers could afford it. I can't. I'm the fake kind of doctor.
Oh,
I'm the one that doesn't perform surgeries. But yeah, this is a gorgeous figure. Beautiful, beautiful figure. I love the outfit. The outfit is the best thing of the whole thing. Look at that. Just such a really, really crazy looking guy. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Look at that. Ugly ass guy too. But that is a gorgeous, gorgeous figure. That's a gorgeous figure. This figure looks like a pain if like you were to take it apart and try to put it back together. Good luck. Look at that.
But how's he gonna body swap it?
Body swap. Not body swapping nothing. Where Lucha lives, they call him the switcher. Now you see it, now you know. He lives in California, if you didn't get it. Saving up bottles in aluminum cans. This guy, he's crazy. Trying to afford this $400 Ninja. All right, William, anything coming soon on your channel, on your shows, on your Facebooks, on your, you don't have Instagram. Anything coming up in your collecting world?
Nope.
I said no. All right, guys, we made it. Another amazing episode, amazing Saturday night. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being so active as usual. And as always, guys, thank you guys for watching. Mike, feel better. And we'll see you in the next one.